Hello, dear brothers and sisters of the Anglophone regions. I'm here once again to address you because Apostle Maurice Kamto has a plan for you, has a project to solve the issue which is here raging in the Anglophone regions. Apostle Maurice Kamto wants to build up the whole nation. Cameroonians have been suffering in the hands of a terrible dictatorship, and Apostle Maurice Kamto believes that we need to put an end to that, guys. And this is why I'm here. And before I jump into the topic of today, I would like to invite you and to foster you to register on the electoral list and to be ready to vote for Professor Maurice Kamto because he is the only one who can solve the issues of Cameroon. He is prepared for that. He's a man of integrity and a very serious and decent man as well because we can check and scrutinize everything that he's been doing for himself and for the country from all these years. We can have the information, guys, because he is a public figure. And we do believe that he will run and manage the country with the same spirit and with honor, dignity, compassion, and more importantly, with how can I say that, with decisiveness, because this is what is important. We need somebody who is decisive, but at the same time who is determined to solve the issues of Cameroon. And Professor Maurice Kamto has the background for that. He's been doing that for himself. We know that he is an international lawyer. He's been solving many issues and regarding African countries, and so we know that he is a competent guys. And I'm not here to to say a lot about him because you all know this information is public. You can check and then come back to join us because we need to be all together to support the candidacy of Professor Maurice Kamto in the upcoming presidential elections. And now I would like to tell you why we need to support Professor Maurice Kamto in those elections. First of all, Professor Maurice Kamto has been addressing the issue of the Anglophone people even before the war burst there. And so Professor Maurice Kamto has been very, very vocal about things regarding Anglophone people. So immediately after his arrival in the political arena, Professor Maurice Kamto has been pointing out the fact that Anglophones are not happy about the way the country is ruled, and he's been very vocal about that, guys. You can check everything everywhere. You will find the information what I'm telling you. And after the war burst out, Professor Maurice Kamto has been proposing solutions to solve that. He's been working very diligently and relentlessly in order to provide some tangible and viable solutions to solve and settle that matter once for all. But because he is not the president of Cameroon, because he has never been listened, and now we are living in a situation in which and things are getting worse and worse every day. And the Biafra regime doesn't want to put an end to the war because it's a part of their alibi or interest to remain in power. So they will be justifying why they want to confiscate the institutions. They'll be saying that Cameroon is not peaceful, and that's why they need somebody like Mr. Biya to solve the issue. But guys, I'm here to tell you one thing. Don't forget about what Professor Maurice Kamto has been doing for you. Professor Maurice Kamto invited Cameroonians to collect for Anglophone people, to help those who are suffering, those who are displaced internally and also externally. And that money has been sent to help many families and many Anglophone families which are distributed around the country. This is what Professor Maurice Kamto has been doing so far, guys. Professor Maurice Kamto, as I mentioned before, has acknowledged the problem of Anglophone people way before the war ever started. It means that he was conscious, he was aware of the kind of situation which was prevailing in the Anglophone regions. He was aware of the critical situation of Anglophone people because they do not consider themselves as Cameroonians, and some find that somehow they are mistreated and considered as second-class citizens, and others do not want to be Cameroonians anymore because they feel like they are stigmatized and they are targeted just because of the Anglophone. So we know all of that, guys, because and the main problem is about the way our resources are shared and within Cameroonians, guys. We can see the unfairness and in all of that. We know that all the power is all in the hands of one individual, which is Mr. Bia. And it's so that the Anglophones will be saying that the power is in the hands of Francophones. But this is not actually the case, guys, because we know how Cameroon is ruled. It's just one by one man who is not willing to leave power, who wants to stay there as long as possible, and who is ready to kill all Cameroonians in order to stay there. So we know how Cameroon has been and managed in the past 4 decades. Now the question is, what are we going to do to put an end to that chaos, to that turmoil, and which has been transformed to an audit for all Cameroonians? What can we do, guys? What I can say here is that Professor Maurice Kamto has a plan, a project for all of you. Then the first thing that Professor Maurice Kamto will do immediately after his arrival in power is very simple, guys. Professor Maurice Kamto will withdraw the troop from the Anglophone regions. This is the first thing to know. And the only the police will be there and to keep the peace. So these are the first thing that you need to know. So no militaries anymore there, no army to somehow to disturb the lives of many Anglophones there, because you see that they cannot go for their business. They are all afraid, and they have been feeling this pressure for more than 8 years because having the army around, and the army does not trust the good faith of citizens, civilians. It means that somehow it's not the kind of life that we would like to have. And we all understand that. Professor Maurice Kamto understands what to do to solve that. So the army will be withdrawn from those regions immediately after Professor Maurice Kamto becomes the president of Cameroon. The second thing, which is very, very important, is that Professor Maurice Kamto will release all Anglophones who have been condemned, who have been jailed in the context of the Anglophone cases. Yes, they will be freed, guys, because including all political figures which are who are still in prison for no reason. All those people will be released because it will be the moment for us to recover, for them to recover, also to be prepared for the dialogue, the inclusive dialogue, the national dialogue that Professor Maurice Kamto will organize within Cameroonians in order to let all stakeholders speak their mind and allow a consensus to emerge from that, guys. So then The third thing that Maurice Kamto will do is very simple, guys. Maurice Kamto will make his first trip internally, and it will be in the Anglophone regions. Because Apostle must come to understand that the best thing to do is to reassure Cameroonians in the Anglophone regions, to let them know that they are still part of the country and that we cannot accept, that we don't want to miss them again, and that we need to become one nation, one people, and in a very calm and peaceful country. This is what we need to do, guys. So I'm here to ask you one thing. Please, let's trust Professor Maurice Kamto. Let's give Professor Maurice Kamto a chance to fix the situation, to fix the country. There are many problems out there. It's true that one of the major problems is what is happening right now in the Anglophone regions, because as we speak, people are still killed there. People are still, condemned to live in their to stay in their houses, to live in the forest. Many of them have lost their family members, and their houses have been burnt down to ashes. We understand that, but I can tell you guys that all Cameroonians want a change in Cameroon. They are suffering in the core of their heart. Yes, it's true, our heart is wrenching because we do understand what you've been enduring for more than 8 years. We understand the difficulties in which you are living. We also understand the chaotic situation, the violence that is still prevailing there. But guys, I can tell you that all Cameroonians are suffering. We want something else. So, and then immediately after, because the trip of Professor Maurice Kamto in the Anglophone regions is a symbolic trip, but very important, guys, because it's the best way to build up a new trust, a new beginning for between, within Cameroonians, between Professor Maurice Kamto as the president and to all Cameroonians, and especially Anglophones. So that trip will be very important. And Professor Maurice Kamto has been saying that very consistently since 2018. So it's not just for a it's not a political calculation what he's being saying, guys. It's because he truly believes that we need to come together, guys, to be able to build up our nation. Then after that, Apostle Maurice Kamto will create a conducive environment for this national grand dialogue. Yes, all stakeholders will be able to speak their minds. It's important to let the Cameroonians talk and to speak to each other. Yes, we need that because you see, many Cameroonians and mostly Anglophones bear a certain grudge a certain grudge in their heart. So they feel the resentment towards Francophones, even though they know that the Francophones are also victims, but they are not happy with the way and Francophones behave since the beginning of the war in the Anglophone regions. They expected Francophones to be more vocal, to address the issue more often, and to be able to join them in order to fight Mr. Biya. I know that is also part of the reason they are very disappointed. But guys, I can tell you for certainty that it's not that easy to face a dictatorship like the one of Cameroon, because we are talking about 40-year dictatorship, guys. It's not a dictatorship. It's not that something easy. because we are talking about a regime which has been in power for so long. So they know how to protect themselves. They know how to embezzle their money, to embezzle the public money in order to remain in power. They know they are still receiving the support of France and England, and to stay in power. So they have for all the institutions, all the instruments. They have for everything with them, guys, to stay in power. So it's not like Cameroonians are coward. Not, it's not the case, guys. Cameroonians are very courageous people. We need to synchronize our actions to be well organized, and because if we because if we do that, we will succeed. We are so dynamic, and we are so agile, guys. So if we come together, if we organize ourselves in 2025, some must come to believe that only a peaceful approach will help Cameroonians to free themselves in 2025. Yes, but behind that, you need to understand that Post must come to is not talking just about elections. And no, Maurice Kamto is asking us to register massively on the electoral list, to vote for him massively, and most importantly, to be ready to defend our vote. This is the key solution, guys. This is the key point, and it's very critical. If we do that, if we organize ourselves, if we are able to come together as one people in 2025, and to support Maurice Kamto and to be ready to defend our vote, I can guarantee you guys that we will be victorious and that we will free ourselves in 2025. It's not that easy. We need to come out massively to fill all the streets, to protest. Just 50,000 people can force the regime to step down, to step aside. This is what we need to do, guys. Because Cameroon right now does not have a commander in chief. Yes, we need to know that. Cameroon does not have a commander in chief right now. Mr. Biya is not ruling the country anymore, but his regime is still kept because and those who are around him, his friends, are doing the job. That's stealing all our resources, embezzling the public money, doing sharing our resources within themselves, and forgetting all Cameroonians. This is what is happening right now, guys. So if you want, we can put an end to that. And after that grand dialogue, which is important, then a consensus will emerge, and is certain that for now, all Cameroonians, let's say most Cameroonians, are asking for federalism. Yes, it's true. So when we start, Professor Maurice Kamto have been mentioning that every time that he has the opportunity, that we will start by 2 federal states. Yes. So Anglophone will be one, and Anglophone regions will form one state, and we will have the second state, where will be the second federal state, where will be the Francophone regions. But after that, for someone, most Kamto will be willing to extend the federalism within the whole country, because by doing so, it will be given more, you say, more opportunities to the rulers to do exactly to satisfy the needs of the people. So if the resources are allocated to build up some infrastructures in some regions, then the money will be sent in that region. If a specific region lacks something, the money will be sent there. So in these all federal states, the resources will be allocated there, and they will be able to manage their own business, their own affair. Guys, this is why Professor Maurice Kamto has a tremendous project for us to solve the issues of Cameroon, to give a chance to Cameroonians to become human beings again. Because of what has been happening for more than 4 decades, guys, is something unimaginable. Yes, it's something unimaginable. Because when you see the way that the Cameroonians are treated in Cameroon, in their own country, you sometimes you can ask yourselves if we are seeing in Cameroon if it's not a jungle, and because they will be saying, okay, this is just you see the way that the police officers are treating Cameroonians. You sometimes they are saying it's not the whole police which is doing that because we have black ships everywhere. I understand that, but it's happening so often that you're asking yourselves what is happening, what's going on in Cameroon. It's because there is no man in power, nobody, there is no commander in chief right now in Cameroon, guys. So we need to be aware of that. And when you see many incidents every day, car crash, car accidents every day, you're asking yourselves, people are not safe anymore in Cameroon. Everywhere, you know, they can be violated. Everywhere, guys, there is no safety in Cameroon because the country belongs to a mafia, belong to a group of people who has decided, you know, yes, let's say these people have decided to control the institutions, to control the resources, and to take everything only for themselves. This is what is happening. And in the face of that, you need to do something. They have the army with them. I know that you've been trying so many things to free yourselves. Yes, you took some guns to defend yourselves. We understand that, but you have not been successful. Professor Maurice Kamto is proposing something else. We are asking you guys to try something else, to try Professor Maurice Kamto, to try this peaceful approach. Because if we fill the streets being 50,000, 60,000, 100,000, we will force the regime to step down. The regime will collapse, guys. It's a matter of time. People have to be conscious that they have the power in their hands. Yes, guys. The power of people is not gone. It's not about having so many guns. The power of people is that once the anger has reached the highest magnitude, then they have to feed the streets and to ask the regime to leave. Yes, guys. And we have to know exactly that we can use that power. We can express that power at this time. We just need to support one candidate. Professor Maurice Kamto is a man of integrity. You know that. You can check his background. You can check everything that he's been doing for himself and for the nation. He is competent. He is reliable. He is credible, guys. Professor Maurice Kamto has been acknowledging the problem of Anglophone. Even before the war ever burst out, you understand that Professor Maurice Kamto is a prepared man. You understand that? Go and check on the website. You will find out the information that I'm providing right now, guys. It's not just talk. Actions speak volume. We used to say that. So it's not just that Professor Maurice Kamto for political reason or calculation is spewing out things that are nonsensical things. No, Professor Maurice Kamto has been addressing your issues. So he is aware of that. He knows the kind of solutions that can help solve your issue once for all, permanently. We need somebody like him, guys. So I'm pushing you to do the right thing in 2025. I'm pushing you to make the decision, guys. If you convince your brothers and sisters, if you convince everyone around you, let's support Professor Maurice Kamto this time. Let's give him a chance to show out what he's able to do. Let's try something else. Yes, we want our freedom, we want our sovereignty, we want many things, but we have not been able to deliver those things to our children. Look at the situation in the Anglophone regions now. It's really critical. It's terrible, guys, because children cannot go to school. So most Kamto will build up all your houses, and we provide, let's say, incentive, what we usually call what we usually call an incentive to encourage enterprises or companies to install themselves in the to install themselves there. So they will be exonerated. So fiscal incentive will be given to them. They will be exonerated. They will not be paying taxes. So everyone who will be interested or willing to build to start a business in the Anglophone region will be free to do that. We receive these incentives and to start the business, and to allow people once again to find a new job, or to find a job, yes, and to also to allow people to go for their business, guys. So this is what Professor Maurice Kamto will do. He will build up many schools and universities there in the regions, in your regions. For instance, there we have been extracting oil and gas for so long time, but there is no universities there which are opening this kind of courses to Anglophones. For instance, they can learn how to extract the oil, the resources there. It's important, guys, because if we want to have our own refineries, as Professor Maurice Kamto has been saying, and then we need people who are prepared. We need some expertise, and we will come from this kind of training and or this kind of courses. So Professor Maurice Kamto will build up universities there to teach for promoting these studies. It's important, guys. And generally, you know that Professor Maurice Kamto will put in place a team to know exactly what has been going on for more than 4 decades. We need to know the financial situation of Cameroon, guys. So Professor Maurice Kamto will control what we have, our resources, and it's important to know that. It's important to know the money that we have, and because we do not know what the Biya regime has been doing for more than 4 decades. They've been embezzling our money. But it's important to know, to have that information before starting everything. And I also mentioned in some videos here that Professor Maurice Kamto will implement the Article 66 of our Constitution, and we also put in place a commission, a commission that let's say, a commission before which you could Professor Maurice Kamto himself and all his team will declare the assets. So, guys, this information is important to know that all those who are managing the country, all public servants, will declare the assets before starting, before occupying the office, guys. So this what we have been asking the Biya regime to do, because with the situation, the critical financial situation of Cameroon, the economy which is plunging, with all the unemployment which is skyrocketing. When you have for all these critical things, this turmoil in Cameroon, then you need to be serious about serious and also very, very prepared, and not only prepared, but you need to pay attention, guys, to what is happening, to what is going on, to all the activities, or to control all public servants, that they need to be decent people. They can't embezzle the public money anymore. It's our money. That's we are talking about tax taxpayers. We are talking about all these small businesses and who are which are trying their best in order to allow the country to move forward. So we cannot let a group, a small group of people, taking everything that belongs to Cameroonians only for themselves. Guys, so we need to put an end to that, guys. And more generally, you know the program of Professor Maurice Kamto. And I mentioned that, but every time that we are having this conversation, I'm still telling you that Professor Maurice Kamto, we build up highways everywhere in Cameroon, yes, and connecting all cities of Cameroon. We need primary, secondary highways. So we need all of that, guys. We need Cameroonians to move easily. We need to build up a new relationship with all those countries around, like Nigeria, Chad, and there are many countries around that can on with that we can build our relationships with, and we are aware of that, because that will create new opportunities for Cameroonians, guys, because our culture is very cultures. Our respective cultures are very close, so we do not need to force anything. The integration will be very easy. So we will just allow this relationship to take place. For instance, universities could be able to collaborate. For instance, to allow Cameroonian students to go to Nigeria for some time, and vice versa. That will also create strong bonds between Nigerians and Cameroonians. And we can do the same. We can extend that strategy also to other countries around. This is the way that we need our country to function, to work out, guys. Because right now our diplomacy is dead, because we have no activities, and our the so-called president is not dynamic. He doesn't care about African affairs or businesses. The only thing he cares about is France and England, because it's where he can get his legitimacy. He knows that he doesn't have any legitimacy in Cameroon, guys. He knows that he has never been elected by Cameroonians, and Cameroonians have to be cognizant about that, to know that they can change their own lives, they can all change their own future. They have to be the captain on their own of their own ships, guys. So I know that if we decide in 2025 to free ourselves, then we will succeed. Let's do the right thing, guys. Please share this video with all your friends, your brothers and sisters, with everyone, and don't forget to do the right thing, to go out there and to exercise your rights, which is that to register on the electoral list, to be prepared to vote for Professor Maurice Kamto, and to be ready to defend your vote, guys. This is the only thing that can save us in 2035. Also, can save the next generations, guys, because we are our parents accepted to sacrifice themselves in order to allow us to inherit this Cameroon. Then we need to do the hard thing for our children and for those who are coming after us, guys. Please, let's move on. Let's do the hard thing. Bye bye.